the white goods of consumption, the biggest saree showrooms, gold shops in the country, all around, littered around Kerala's boom towns. The other phenomenon which I identified was the phenomenon of tourism. In this new model, the model that Kerala discovered is that the ordinary is extraordinary. That Kerala, from a tourism point of view, we do not have the best wildlife places. We do not have the best beaches. But we were present modern India, ordinary India. That ordinary India could be such a wonderful place to visit and experience. That there is some kind of social equity. There is the kind of, thanks to, in other words, in a kind of way of describing it, red kept Kerala green. That kept Kerala for a new industry, such as tourism. And hopefully other industries such as tourism, like health, like education, like knowledge industries, which require a pristine environment, which require social inclusion, and those factors. So in terms of the Kerala has benefited enormously, historically, from migration. I myself am a Christian. We call ourselves Nasrani Christians, Syrian Catholics. Well, I think all of which historically became and north of Cochin, near this town called Muziris. Muziris was the ancient port of India, to which port, time immemorial, came ships, came goods, came people. From here went our goods and our ideas. One of the ideas that came here was the idea brought by the apostle. Well, there is a
St. Thomas.
There's a theory that the Syrian Christians are descendants of converts. There's a racist angle to it, of Nambudris to Christianity. But I think more recently there's somebody called, I can't remember his name, who's been doing a research on this, that the old, pre-Christian era, at the time of the Roman occupation of what is now called the Holy Land, came Jews who wanted to escape, they will call it, to flee from Roman persecution. And they came to land beyond the reach of Rome, which was the land of the Perumal, the Jeravan Perumal, and they had right to settle here. So when St. Thomas came here in 52 AD, he came to, there was already there were 4 synagogues, there was a sizable population of people, migrants who were here, refugees, became granted status, who could work and develop. Okay, now in 2018, there are a few of them left, of those people who came, and the synagogues are here, and maybe this is the last decade when those synagogues will be occupied. A phenomenon that has changed, brought up huge changes to our culture and our history. And in terms of people moving, ideas changing, and I think Kerala has benefited enormously.
So, can I, Praveen, would you like to add something?
I'd actually like to first stop and recap all this wonderful material that has been presented before us. First, let me take a minute to introduce this absolutely incredible panel of people. We have C. Balagopal, former IAS officer. He left the IAS at the age of 31, to start a blood products packaging company, which today is probably the largest blood products packaging company in the world, employing between 1,000 and 1,500 employees in Trivandrum. You have Girish Chaudhary, eminent business person from Delhi and Haryana, landowner from Haryana. grows the great basmati rice that we all love so much. Girish ji has maintained a strong association with the Aam Aadmi Party. He was the convener for minorities in Punjab and is now the state observer from Delhi for Kerala. We are delighted to have you here, sir. Welcome. Dr. Mansoor Hassan and I went to the same college, so we have that in common. This is a man of intense qualities of head and heart. He not only is he an MD MRCP from England, but he's set up a charitable hospital in the Parur, Veliyatnad area, taking care of developmentally disabled children. In fact, my cook's husband was treated at his hospital. He went there and spent 2 weeks there. Then you have Mr. Jose Dominic, whose reputation as one of the fathers of tourism in Kerala. He's literally the forefront of taking tourism in Kerala from the humble beginnings that you spoke of to where it is today. The second most visited tourism destination in the country, possibly.
Among competing with Rajasthan and
Yes,
other places.
yes. Rajasthan being number one, right?
Possibly.
So, my own background, of course, is that I ran a small software company in the United States. I spent 21 years in the United States. And, but my core focus right now is as a social worker, community activist, where I want to bring my background as a communication specialist to bear in helping us solve some of the problems that we face as a country. Now, I'll very briefly go back to touch on some of the ideas that have come up around this illustrious table. To start with, I thought you did a wonderful job of setting the stage, so to speak, Bala. And a very complex subject. The idea of India is a very complex subject. But Bala, you were able to give us a real clear sense of the spread and the depth of what we're talking about. Caste, geographic diversity, the historic background of India, challenges of tomorrow. The note that I got at the end of your speech was that you're hopeful that India is going to transcend the challenges that face it and move forward. Girish ji, you were talking about how affluence and migration bring their own challenges to the nation, and this is certainly something that we need to be mindful of. I mean, India still has 22% of the population that live on less than $1.2 a day. So while the affluence is there, we must not lose sight of the fact that we have this large corpus of very poor people who are now, as we understand, breaking out into new patterns of employment, migration. I think in Kerala we have now 13.4% of the population is supposed to be migrant workers, and they're supposed to be earning 50,000 crores, which seems like a large number, but it's actually not, because the 20 lakh NRIs who are working abroad send into the country 17 times that sum of money. Now, Mansoorji, when you talked about how you brought the analogy of diagnosis, and you basically said that your diagnosis for India was that the multinationals are really the ones that we should be mindful of, because they are really the successors of the colonial exploiters of India, and that